I'm not ready, but the camera started. So, my name is Jamie, and I want to make a video about why I grew my armpit hairs. Really, I can't say it just happened to me, because I know that I can go to the shop and like buy a razor and I was gonna say eraser and erase it away. I can go and get a razor and I can shave it any moment. I'm free to do that. I'm not being forced to grow my armpit hair. But there's something like inside of me, deep inside of me, that is like, no, like I can't do it, because for my own healing journey and getting to know myself, I've had to get to know every part of myself so that I can, accept it, because you can't accept it if you don't know it, and you can't love it if you don't accept it. So for me, I've had to bear my truth to myself to be able to accept and love every part of me. So that's my journey, and that's where I'm at. And it sort of happened, like I have had a spiritual awakening, and I've spoken about it. I've spoken about it a little, like if you've been following me or if you've seen my posts or whatever, like you've seen that I've been going through something. But like I don't share my story and my experiences because I think I have answers. I don't share my story and my experiences because I think that I'm better than anyone else. If I've learned anything from this journey, is that nobody knows. It's that I don't know, and like I'm open to not knowing, and I know that there's so much more that I don't even know that I don't even know. So I definitely don't think that I have all the answers, but I share it because when this spiritual awakening started happening to me, and it happened to me, I didn't know what was happening to me, and it's been a really scary journey. Like being dropped in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the night, being dropped in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, and just sort of having to figure everything out. And I didn't know what was happening, and how I sort of got through and understood what was happening to me was through other people who have been brave enough to share their stories and to share their truth of their awakening. Some people like take ayahuasca, and some people do all these things to have a spiritual awakening, but for me, my awakening was catalyzed by the encounter with an individual who I recognized on a soul level, and their soul sort of shocked my soul. That's the only way I can explain it. And I began going through this process of awakening, which was also Kundalini awakening, which I had no idea about. Like maybe I had read it before or seen it before, but I had no idea about until it started happening to me, and like physical things started happening to my body, and like strange things. And I actually went to hospital a few times to like find out what was going on, and every time they were like, "You're perfectly healthy," and I was like, "But what about this and this?" And they were like, "No, everything's fine, like you're in great condition, like we can't explain it." And that happened a few times, and then I started looking at other things, and I started realizing I was having this Kundalini awakening, which is this dormant energy in your body that gets activated. And mine was because of the soul recognition, sort of realizing that you're a soul. And when this was happening, I didn't know what was going on, but now I can look back, and over the last year I've learned from it. But this energy gets activated in your body, and it starts, so dormant energy, often a lot of emotions stored up, pent up emotions, pain, trauma that's stored in your body, and it gets activated and it gets released, and you go through the feeling of all of that pain, and then you go through the feeling of your ego deaths, which is literally, for me, it was literally lying on the floor just being like I can't move. Crazy journey, crazy experience, and honestly, if someone was telling me, I'd probably be like, okay, sure. But and then it goes, so the difference between people, like if I was telling someone in a spiritual community, they'll be like, yeah, I understand. If I'm telling someone from back home, or someone, even like some friends here or whatever, they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. So it's you know, it's juggling with this unknown territory that we don't get taught at schools, at school, whatever. I mean, some religions and stuff do talk about awakening, talk about Kundalini, all of that stuff, but for my own personal journey, I hadn't really been exposed to that until it was happening to me. And I found so much resonance in people's stories of awakening and Kundalini awakening and Kundalini energy. So that's why I feel called to share my story of my spiritual awakening, because jeepers, like I had no idea what was happening until it was happening to me. And you have these ego deaths, which is like all the masks that you've put on through your life to try to fit in, to try to be accepted by society and by everyone else. Realizing that you've put these masks on and you're hiding parts of who you really are, because you were afraid that people won't accept you and that people will judge you, and these get torn away from you. And it's a scary process, because you realize that you've been like hiding yourself, and you know, like there's all this pain involved in it, but then all this release of pain involved, and you feel this connection to the earth and to every living thing on this earth, like this insane connection and love. You understand that there's no them and us. You understand that there wouldn't be a them without, there wouldn't be an us without a them, and there's no water, there's no tree without the water, there's no us without the tree, there's no tree without the insect, there's no us without the insect. There's like everything is connected, and it's, yeah, and you feel this unconditional love, and you know that there's so much more. And for me, it began with that soul recognition and understanding that there's something more, because I felt something that like I couldn't explain, and I started experiencing things that I have never experienced before. So I'm very, and for me, I can't lie anymore. Like, I mean, I was never really good at it, but I can't pretend to be anything that I'm not. Like, it's taken away from me. Like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Like, I can only be me. Like, I can only be this person with all my hand gestures and everything. That's all I can be. And I share what I go through and what I experience, like real time for me, in case there's someone out there who is going on the same journey as me, and or similar, and none of them are exactly the same. No one has the exact same journey, but there's resonance that you'll find in people's journeys that will guide you along your journey. And part of my purpose is that guiding for people on their own journeys, to show people their own light and to guide people on their own journeys. And that also, like, I work to that. I mean, I've been really blessed to always sort of be on this path, like towards this, but it's like the awakening is like all the quotes and the poems and the books and everything I read and I heard about like spirituality just came alive in me. And yeah, so basically like the one morning I woke up and I was like, I don't eat meat anymore, like out of the blue. And that was just before I started my Kundalini awakening. So it's like my intuition was guiding me through the process, because I feel like I'm gonna cry. You are processing so much emotion and releasing so much emotion that like your body just wants like lightness and what's from the earth. And for like a few weeks, all I could eat was mushrooms and spinach and bananas. Still my go-to, like mushrooms and bananas. But like it just sort of, I was just like, I don't eat meat anymore, out of the blue, like just before it all started happening. And much the same with the armpit hair. I was just like, I don't shave anymore. Before I even started asking like, why do we shave? I was just like, I can't shave anymore. Like I just don't. And then that led me to sort of, and it's something, when you have the spiritual awakening, obviously you are understanding that there's something bigger. And it's like that intuition, that guide, like I was like, I'm not eating meat anymore, I'm not drinking alcohol anymore. Like it all, like I stopped drinking alcohol quite a while before it happened, and if I was still drinking alcohol, it wouldn't have happened for me. Not because I think everyone needs to stop drinking alcohol, but because I drank too much, and I had to stop that to be able to experience this. This alcohol is something that does take you to a lower vibration. And I still have the odd beer now, but for me to experience my awakening, like I couldn't do any of that. Yeah, so the armpit hair, I was just like, I don't shave anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? And yeah, so I don't know if I've actually explained anything well, but I'm on a journey, and I am being like guided by like love. I'm being guided by like, now I'm connecting with myself, and I'm connecting with what feels right and what feels good and what is love and what is light, and I'm moving in that direction. Like I'm following my intuition and I'm moving in that direction, and I don't know where exactly I'm going. I know, well actually I'm moving to a new place soon, and I'm really excited, and a lot of my dreams and manifestations are like, a lot of my dreams are manifesting in my life, and it's the most incredible thing to watch. It's like I'm watching my life happen on a movie, and I'm sitting in the front row seat of the show, because I don't actually know what's going to happen next. Like I didn't know I was going to stop shaving my armpits or stop eating meat or like all these things. Like I'm being guided, and it has guided me to my purpose as well, like the rapid transformational therapy, which is like hypnosis and positive psychology. And I qualified as a positive psychologist years ago, and I didn't know, or research psychologist with my master's, my thesis focused on positive psychology, and I didn't know exactly where that was guiding me. And like it's just incredible. It's almost like every puzzle piece just suddenly fit. That's what the spiritual awakening feels like. It's like, oh, I know why I'm here, and I know why I'm here, and I know I have a purpose. And you feel this sense of peace, and the sense of knowing, and the sense of belonging, and all these incredible feelings and things that come with it. And you just know that there's so much more to life than, like, for me, is shaving my armpits. And I'm not trying to convince anybody to stop shaving or start shaving or whatever the case may be, but you know, there's more than one way to do things. There's more than one way to look at things. There's more than one way to experience things. There's more than one way to live. And it's available. We live in a world with the internet where you are able to witness and experience and see all these things, and you should try to learn as much as you can about as much as you can, and then make informed decisions about who you want to be and what you want to do and why you want to do it. Like, I started looking at why we shave, and it's just because like the razor company wanted to make more money, and they started then advertising, you know, women should shave, and fashion companies started saying it looks sexier. And I'm like, little kids don't have hair under their armpits. Like, I'm not a little kid. I have hair under my armpits like every woman does. And I was like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life shaving. I'm like, no, why? Like, why must I spend the rest of my life shaving? And people will say, but it's unhygienic, it's stinky, it's gross. Like, men don't shave. Men don't shave, and whatever, it's not unhygienic in my opinion. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, so I don't know. I've got so much to say about my spiritual awakening, but I'm just living my life one day at a time, and as it comes up for me, it comes up for you. Like, we're all learning here together, and I feel like I know that my purpose is right now is teaching and writing and my therapy, because the therapy is helping people understand their own thoughts and how powerful they are, and guiding people to step into their power. That's my dream. That is my dream. That is my purpose. And I'm being guided by my intuition, by my purpose, by all these things that I'm going through. And yeah, so for people looking at me and judging me and thinking I'm crazy, you do you, boo. Please. You do you, boo. And I don't actually mind if you're judging me. It doesn't bother me. There are some people I love and I care about, and I just want people to understand where I'm coming from. I'm just living in my truth, because my egos have been removed from me. So now I just sit here like who I am, you know? I am just who I am, and I'm really happy. Like, I'm really enjoying my life. Like, I'm in awe of the experiences that I have, like, every morning. Like, I'm just like, this is just magnificent and beautiful, and I'm in the present moment as like much as possible. And like, you learn that when you're going through a spiritual awakening. Like, you sometimes all you can do is look at a leaf and be like, breathe, breathe, breathe. Because if you go somewhere else with your mind, like, there's a lot to process, and it's hard to accept that like so much of who you thought you were, or who you thought you had to be, or what you thought you had to achieve to be loved and to be accepted is like not you. And to remove those, and to almost like become like naked, and it's just allowing your soul to shine through you and living on that vibration. And it's been the most groundbreaking, earth-shaking journey of my life, the most beautiful journey of my life. And I've learned and felt like unconditional love and peace, and that is like a part of who I am, and I get to guide people on their journeys. And I'm still learning along the way, and I'm not going to pretend like I know anything that I don't know. But yeah, that's why I have hairy armpits, because like there's something inside of me that's just like, no, like I don't want to do anything to try to please anyone else or to be accepted by anyone else. Yeah, so power to my people. Everyone is my people. Even if you don't like me, you're my people. I have this love for everyone, because when you realize you're connected to everyone, you see your reflection in everyone, you see parts of you in everyone. Like, you realize we're all humans, we're all figuring it out, we all have these massive egos, we're all trying to be accepted and loved and all these things, and trying to put on these faces so that people can love us and accept us, and everyone gets a bit lost along the way. And like, it's a journey, but ultimately we're here to be in the present moment. We're here to embrace life and enjoy life and be true to who we are. And everyone has something. Everyone has a something special that they're meant to offer. And I think we get intimidated by the idea that we think it has to be this huge thing and we have to change the world, otherwise what's the point, or it's not worthy. But every human life is a universe, you know? And if you see it like that, like, your impact on one person is impacting their entire universe. So, like, I mean, you can, I don't know, whatever it is that brings you joy, your purpose is in alignment with that. Your purpose is in alignment with what you do that brings you joy. And that's what you're here to do. And there's so much in society that tells us that we're not good enough to do what we want to do or what we feel we do. And we even ourselves tend to grow so many egos that we forget why we're here or what we're meant to be doing. And now I'm going on a tangent, but I don't know. I think I also just, the feeling of love, like when you learn to love and accept yourself, and you see light in other people, and you see love everywhere, and like, yeah, there's always shit, but like, maybe next to the pile of shit there's a flower, and you're missing that because you're staring at the shit. Like, there's always bad and there's always good things. And when you learn to like see the good things and focus in the present moment, and that's available to everyone, it is available to everyone. And when you're able to begin to experience it, like, life just becomes that much more beautiful. And I just feel like I want to share that feeling with the world. I want everyone to feel that love and see their own light and know their own worth and all of these things, you know? So, yeah. That's all, folks. Peace, love, and happiness. Peace be your journey. Guys, peace be your journey. And if you're looking for some kind of spiritual advice, I'm not a spiritual guru, but I've literally spent the last over a year, like, I haven't watched TV. I studied my hypnosis, and when I wasn't doing that, I was writing, and when I wasn't doing that, I was learning about spirituality and psychology and the mind, and there's a lot, and like, part of my purpose is to just learn as much as I possibly can, so that I can share as much as I possibly can to the next generation. So yeah, like, if like maybe I can guide you in a way, like Kundalini awakening, that came out of nowhere. And I didn't know what was going on. Spiritual awakening also just out of nowhere, like. But yeah, so it's the most tumultuous journey with the most beautiful journey, and I'm really grateful that I am able to see life as it is, and I'm able to enjoy everything, and like, I don't know, just be true to who I am. You know, the falling in love with myself has been the most beautiful journey of my life. Like, it really has. Like, I have my flaws beyond my flaws. Like, I'm very much imperfect and I've made so many mistakes in my life, but like, now I have unconditional love for myself and understanding for my journey, and unconditional love for like all humans, and it's beautiful, and I can see people's light. So like, how can I not love people when I can see their light? Like, I can see everyone's beautiful lights. Yeah, so much love. Wherever you are on your journey, is where you need to be, and there's so many lessons and beautiful things for you to learn and to experience, and I'm sending you so much love.